Hi, I'm Giles, the Technical Director of Havilah Resources. Today I'd like to give you a little bit of detail about some drilling we've been doing at an exciting prospect we have called Mingary Mine. It lies about 16 kilometres southwest of our Muturu copper cobalt gold resource, and Muturu in turn lies about 40 minutes drive out of the major regional mining city of Broken Hill. We've just completed a 12-hole RC drilling program at Mingary Mine Prospect, and a few days ago we reported the results for the first 4 holes, which had surprisingly high gold grades, which I'll elaborate on as we go along. The Mingary Mine Prospect consists of several old workings dating back to the late 1800s, during the main prospecting era in that time. It's marked by highly siliceous lode material, but most importantly, from a prospecting point of view, this ironstone gossan, which is reflecting a sulphide horizon at depth. And it can be traced discontinuously with these brown locations here over about 3 kilometres of strike on the surface. And there's been various episodes of drilling here, Minotaur, Havilah, and our most recent holes here, the green ones, which I'll talk about. So the earlier drilling by Havilah back in 2023, and also Minotaur before that, returned some very promising copper-gold intersections, including 30 metres of 0.64% copper and 0.43 gram per tonne gold from 89 metres depth, and that was in this hole 2 up here. And also down here, hole 5, that returned 18 metres of 0.92 gram per tonne gold from 82 metres depth. And that drilling by Havilah basically confirmed earlier drilling by Minotaur. So our most recent drilling was designed to check the extensions of this sulphide lode, both to the south, to the north, and also out to the east here. And as I mentioned, we returned some surprisingly high gold grades. So for example, in this hole 6, that returned 8 metres of 1.48 gram per tonne gold from 89 metres depth, and with a peak value of 7.13 grams over 1 metre. Similarly, in hole 7, that returned a couple of metres at 2.76 grams per tonne gold, with a peak value of almost 5 gram per tonne. And similarly for the other 2 holes here, which were reported, hole 8 and hole 9. Now these are the highest gold grades that we've ever seen at this prospect we've ever drilled, and in fact in this whole Muturu area these would take the cake as being the highest gold grades that we've ever drilled. And this is a cross section through the first hole I mentioned, hole 6. It shows the Quartz-Sulphide Lode here in pink, which is dipping steeply to the west, about 17 to 18 metres true width here. And it has a halo on both sides, an alteration halo, which is characterised by garnet minerals. We think the Quartz-Sulphide Lode is actually filling a major fault or fracture zone, and which has provided the conduit or the pathway for the mineralising solutions to migrate upwards towards the surface and deposit the sulphide material. And our drilling has confirmed the surface outcrops that the sulphide lode extends over 3 kilometres, and every one of our holes so far has actually hit it, which is quite an achievement. And of course now we're waiting expectantly for the next round of results for the next 8 holes. And what does this mean for Muturu and the area? Well, Mingary Mine, as I said, is only 16 kilometres from the Muturu resource, and it could potentially contribute valuable additional ore feed to a conceptual processing plant which will eventually be built here at Muturu. And it would form part of a spoke and hub concept where the hub is here, the processing plant, and ore is brought in from other promising prospects around, which in turn enhances the economics of Muturu itself and increases the production throughput. So at this stage, we're waiting with bated breath for the next 8-hole drilling results, and we'll definitely keep you updated when they come in. So until then, all the best.